afternoon, ceramics hand building class. I'm Katy McFadden. Welcome to our new means of communication. So I'm going to start just with a basic lesson if you're working at home, and you will be working at home, how to set up a studio for yourself. So, and also what tools might be needed. I just laid out a variety of tools that I work with in my studio. Essential forks we use for scoring, pieces of wood we use for joining things together and texturing, little needle tool in case there's air bubbles. And so you see, I just have a variety of these simple wooden tools. One thing that I find essential for hand building is a paddle, and the other thing is a little roller that is quite frequently used in your kitchen for making pizza. So that is the basic on tools. A rolling pin will be helpful for rolling out slabs of clay for slab construction. This is a large one, it's a baker's roller, but a simple dowel will also do the trick. So I'm going to turn in back here so we can take a look at Hand Building 101. Okay, so when clay comes out of the bag, it's kind of shaped like this brick. It's forgotten that it's clay. So we need to wedge the clay to remind it of its character. So one of the tools that will be kind of essential is a wire tool. You can make it yourself, thin braided wire, two little dowels on the end. So I cut a piece of the clay, maybe a little bit larger than my hand, and start to wedge it. The wedging is a little pressure with my left, a pivot with my right. It doesn't have to be in that order. I happen to be left-handed, so it's the most natural way for me to do it. And this is waking up the clay, remembering that it's clay. It's also your first contact with the material. So be conscious of how much pressure it takes to move the material, how it feels in your hands. Intro to Clay 101. And for the first class, I would like to start with really simple forms, pinch pots. It's a good way of introducing you to the material and connecting your hand with the material and your mind with the place that you're in. So when I do pinch pots, I usually tap it into a cone shape after wedging it. Then I come into the center of it, put my thumb in the middle, apply pressure, and start turning. I let gravity work for me, so if I turn it upside down as I'm pinching, it will help to open the form. So you can continue with actually pinching this form, working with two hands. I've come on to continuing not only with pinching, but applying pressure on the inside with my thumb and turning the clay. And you're actually throwing the clay against a hard surface. So you can see how quickly that opened up and is symmetrical. So I'll do it a little more. And once I have a good amount of that clay raised, I'll come back in once again and start to pinch. Keep the clay moving around as you go. You can feel the clay starting to rise up Your form's starting to fill out. Now you can see the interior. So the other day I did a number of them, really simple little pinch forms. The stage that the clay is in right now is called it's called greenware. It means that all of the physically combined moisture is out of the clay. I can no longer pinch it and change its shape. I could no longer add onto it. But the only thing, if I was not pleased with that form, this is the time that I could break it down and recycle it, not fire it. I'm going to ask for the first class that you wedge up 6 pieces of clay that are a little smaller than the palm of your hand and complete 6 pinched forms. One of them a little bit on the thick side, the other thin as you possibly can, refined as if you were going to use it. So, pinch forms 101.